So, for today's video, I wanted to do a soft, everyday makeup look. I used no foundation for this look, and I also used no eyeshadow because on the eyes I only used pencil and bronzer. I think it's soft and versatile, suitable for everyday wear, plus it doesn't take a really long time to do. I would say that if I wasn't filming, this would take me about 15-20 minutes. Well, that being said, let the tutorial begin. I'm doing my brows on camera today, shocker. I got these pencils from Maybelline. They are called the Express Brow. I got 3 shades. It's this one, which is blonde. I have a soft brown one, and I think a kind of like a dark brown, whatever one, because I haven't even checked that. I don't like my brows to be too dark in color, because I have history with that. 2019-ish wasn't like a very good brow time for me. So nowadays I prefer something that's a little bit lighter. Even though this one is called blonde and I'm not blonde, I think it's gonna work. So it is a regular pencil like that. It also has this little brush on the lid. I never used this thing, but let's try it. It does the job. And with the pencil I will do some light filling in. Lately I haven't filled my brows at all. I mean, you can't really do hair strokes with it because it's that kind of a... it has a softer effect. It looks almost like a powder, which is great because I feel like it has a more natural finish. I prefer something that's a little bit softer rather than a pomade these days. It is pretty light, I can see it in the tail, but I think it works. I don't think I want anything darker than this. And to set them, I'm going to use the Benefit Fluff Up Brow Wax. I cannot really hold my brows into place how I usually do them, like that, how do you call it, like that feathered brow. It doesn't work for me because my brows grow downwards. I usually achieve that effect with hair gel, but I will do some lighter setting today, so just slightly setting them upwards, not really sticking them to my face like I usually do. It does work for that, and I also like the fact that it kind of defines the hairs, which makes your brows appear fuller, and I love that. So I'm not gonna use foundation today, but I'm going to do a little bit of cream bronzing and cream blushing. Well, I haven't tried this combo before. Actually, I haven't used this one in a while for bronzing. The Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser in the shade Warm Olive, something like that. I just cannot find it. Yeah, it's Warm Olive. It's actually in the front of the packaging. Why wasn't I seeing it? I removed the sponge for this one. So I'm gonna pop some on my hand. And I'm gonna use this Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Really... I don't know how to say it. Like, really coat my brush in it. I'm gonna start from the top of my ear, kind of bringing it down. I don't think I've tried this without foundation before. Oh, but it works. I don't want to apply too much of it because, I mean, with no foundation I do want the face makeup to stay pretty light. And I'm gonna follow up with the Fenty Cream Blush in the shade Crush on Cupid. It looks really pink in the pan, but once applied, it's really lovely. I actually already applied it on this cheek. I'm just using my finger. I feel like it applies it a little bit better without lifting the bronzer underneath. And I will use a little bit of concealer on my under eyes. I'm gonna use the Kind and Free from Rimmel in the shade Light, concentrating it in the inner portion of my under eyes because here is where my discoloration is, especially for deep set eyes. This area is kind of sunken into the head and it looks darker than the rest of the under eye. For me, that placement works best. And I'm also going to apply some on my nose to cancel out, not redness, but a little bit of discoloration. And a little bit on my lid. I'm gonna blend this using my finger. Oh, and plus this inner corner placement will not disturb my blush and bronzer. Obviously you could have done concealer first. I don't know why I felt like doing things in this order today. I'm gonna need to set this. So I'm gonna pick up my RCMA No Color Powder. This is not the original jar, but the original one is that tall, big jar. And I can't really dose the powder with that one, so I moved it into a smaller one. I'm gonna make sure there are no creases and then stamp the powder underneath my eyes. I'm solely going to set my under eyes because I like my skin to stay dewy. Oh, and I'm also kind of bringing it down towards my pores because this blurs them and makes the skin look so much smoother. And applying a little bit of that on my lid, as I think I'm going to skip eyeshadow primer for today and just use this concealer and powder base. It's not going to be as long lasting as when you would use an eyeshadow primer. Just something to keep in mind. For the eyes, I'm going to keep things pretty basic, kind of like a soft, everyday smoky eye. I'm going to use a brown pencil. I have this one from Sephora Collection. It's almost giving up on me, but it still works. And I'm going to concentrate it in the outer portion of my lid. Kind of like that, so drawing it a little bit thicker right on my outer corner, because that way it's going to lift my outer corner visually. And I'm going to need a pencil brush. I have this one from Morphe, it's the M149 brush. And I'm going to use it to smudge the pencil. So I'm doing tiny little circular motions to fade it. And I'm kind of bringing it inwards a little bit. I don't want a lot of intensity in the center of my lid, but maybe just a tiny bit of color. So I'm just applying the leftover there from my brush. And then I'm extending it in my outer corner. I'm going to apply the tiniest bit of that on the outer corner of my lower lash line. So I don't want my lower lash line to be too dark, but I do want a little something just on my outer corner for a little bit of definition. And again, blending it out with the pencil brush. I'm kind of connecting it to the top part in my outer corner, flicking my brush upwards like that to create that extension of the eye. And then to set this and blend it out even more, I'm going to take a powder bronzer. I'm going to use the Hoola from Benefit. I have a smudging brush here from Real Techniques, and I'm gonna go slightly above the pencil and using it as some kind of a transition shade. Bringing it inwards again, and I'm only applying it on the outer corner of my crease, the outer part. Picking up a little bit more to blend my lower lash line as well. Starting from the outer corner and kind of bringing it all on my lower lash line. And again making sure that the lower lash line with the top lid are connected in my outer corner and creating a nice kind of like a V shape with the blend. I'm going to move on to the lips. For the mascara part, I'm going to do a separate video. I'm going to link it somewhere on the screen because I want to review this new mascara from L'Oreal. Exciting stuff. Anyways, gonna line my lips with this Nudelicious lip pencil from Boys and Berries. It's in the shade Marshmallow, because again I want to keep things pretty natural looking. And this one is almost identical to my lip shade. Okay, maybe this is a little bit too light. I'm going to add this lip pencil from NYX in the shade Nude Truffle just in the center to get a little bit more definition. So right here on my Cupid's bow and in the center of my bottom lip. And I'm going to use this shimmer balm for some little hydration. And it also has shimmer, of course, but it's not that noticeable. It kind of looks like a softer version of a gloss. It's not as glossy as a gloss is. So this is the look all complete. I applied the mascara off camera. I cannot find my words today. This is the look. I hope you like it. No, literally, I don't know what to say about it. It's everyday, it's soft, it's versatile. I think those are all the words that I can find to describe it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found this video useful. I wish you have an amazing day and I will see you next time. Bye!